Jennifer, the race is very different tonight, obviously, than it was the last time we had one of these debates in July when it was former President Trump against President Biden. At the end of that night, I think Republicans were feeling like this was going to be, just a paved road to back to the White House.
Well, I want to know, is everybody comfortable with the fact that Kamala Harris has never received one vote in a primary to be the nominee of the party?
I am comfortable.
And I think there are a lot of people who aren't comfortable with that. We hear it all the time. And I think
the convention, though, everybody came together. There didn't seem to be any disagreement when the Democrats held their convention.
Well, I just find it interesting Republicans are so concerned about the Democratic primary, which is run by each of their parties in their process. And the Democratic primary, when President Biden made the decision to not continue with his race and the party coalesced around one candidate, it just boggles my mind that the Republican Party actually is concerned that the Democrats are actually happy.
But it should be a voter process. It shouldn't be that the party gets to make the decision. In the Republican Party, we vote.
When the Republican Party, you gerrymander. So, I mean, let's not talk about vote. Let's not talk about suppression.
Don't get me on the
redistricting
we just did in Dallas County.
Let's not talk about
the Democrats just
taking
Dallas
voting
County
away
so that
from voting at universities. I don't even want to talk about what's happening in Tarrant County. So to profess that in the Republican Party we vote, if you're a card-carrying member if you're a hunter, you can vote, right? Not a college student. You're a hunter. So let's not talk about we vote.
Was a college
but what I
student
will say is that.
Let Jennifer get a word in here.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to catch up.
No, I just think there are a lot of people that don't know who Kamala Harris is. The jobs that she was given as vice president, border czar. I'm sorry, but 80% of the people in our country are dissatisfied with what's going on at the border. And so that was her job. She was given the job of being the border czar.
To be clear, I don't think that was her title.
She was in charge of the border. Biden put her in charge
of the border.
Yeah, certain aspects of the border, but what they talked about was, and what Trump said was, in the other country, their crime is down. And when you look at immigration and the way America used to look at our standing in the world was that we go to other countries and we help stabilize them so they would not come to our country. Yeah. So if by President Trump's own admission, the other countries are having better times, and Vice President Kamala stated how they invested in those countries. That's actually a process towards how you reduce immigration. But he was specifically asked, why did you kill the immigration bill, the bipartisan immigration bill? And he never answered that question.
Well, we need to be careful because there's immigration and then there's illegal immigration. Those are two different things, very different things. And the way that you control the border is you enforce the laws on the book, which says if you come over illegally, you are not supposed to be let in the country. They've let millions and millions of people into our country with absolutely no accountability of knowing where they are, what they're doing. I mean, several of them are the terrorist watch list. So people are concerned about that.
That's actually just not true.
Young people have lost their lives by immigrant violence.
You know what the largest terrorist group is in America? White supremacists. Wow. The FBI has said that the largest, the most alarming terrorist group is white supremacists. Now, I would be more afraid of watching a strange white man walk in with his gun than I would with an immigrant. But that's actually what the national security and our FBI has said, that the white supremacy is our biggest terrorist group in the United States.